Hey, it's Nika from Fabulously Creative. Welcome to my channel and welcome to a creative junk journal session. In today's session, I want to kind of chat about a theme that's been on my channel lately. I am in the process of recovering from a season of creative burnout. So while we chat and journal, I wanted to talk about reclaiming and accepting your creative energy, how it flows, and just accepting that creative burnout is will be a part of the process. And before we get started, I do want to let you know I have an announcement. All of my digitals are back. You can purchase all of my digitals. I'll leave a link in the description box. And also, I'm also on Patreon. So well, they're both the same link, but that will be in the description box. So let's get into this junk journal. I'm trying a traveler's notebook style junk journal. I'm trying to decide if I want to do another altered composition book. That was really fun, but I don't know, it got too thick and I cannot find a thin one with not a lot of pages. So that is where I'm at, and I'm kind of just experimenting with a smaller size and just, I don't know, seeing where it goes from here. And when I sit down to do these, I do not have a process, but I always have a few quotes that are on my mind. And for me, it's very therapeutic not to have to write out, I guess, detailed everything that's on my mind. But I find a quote that just kind of resonates with it, and I just let it flow from there. So this first quote is a quote by Anais Nin, and it says, "I walked into the fire always and came out more alive." So this quote really resonates with this recovering from this season of creative burnout. Like the last season, I just allowed myself to go through it and just found different projects that will allow me to still kind of do creative things. So in that process, I closed my shop. And I just did junk journaling for a while. So this quote is kind of, just allowing those seasons to happen, allowing your creativity to flow in whatever direction it wants to go in. I know as creatives, sometimes we put so much pressure on ourselves, not just creatives, but also solopreneurs. We put so much pressure on ourselves to stay productive nonstop. And I don't know, being creative, it doesn't always want to flow nonstop. Sometimes you have down seasons, up seasons. So if you've been through that, this is kind of your invitation. Embrace your creativity, let it flow, let it just be whatever it wants to be in the moment. And on this quote, on this page, I just wrote, "I have a happy personality with a heavy soul. Sometimes it gets weird." And I don't know who this quote is by. I found it on Pinterest, but this just explains me, my creative style, because I want to sometimes, I don't know, I'm drawn to these dark, cryptic quotes, but at the same time, I want to put, lots of pink and sparkles on top of it. So yeah, it gets a little weird, but I'm learning just to let, I guess, different emotions coincide at the same time. I don't have to be 100% happy. I don't have to be 100% down. Just kind of let it be whatever mood I'm in. So on this page, I added some watercolors. And this is a quote by L.E. Broman, another Pinterest quote. And this one says, "I am a woman of seasons. I burn, I bloom, I strike. I turn to ice. Sometimes I melt away." And this one just spoke to me. I don't know, just embracing those seasons. And also, I don't know, if you're in a season, just let it be. And I was kind of having trouble with my, I found this new, what is it? Like these brush tip pens, but they don't write small. They don't write small enough. So I was struggling with my handwriting kind of writing on top of the acrylic paint. And I know like these quotes, I could just print them out and glue them in, but I find it's therapeutic to write them down because it feels like I'm journaling, but it's not really my thoughts. It's just, I don't know, something that inspires me at the moment. And I'm just adding some random little items to the bottom. I think that peach is from Maggie Holmes collection, and that is one of my doll digitals. I like mixing different collections, planner items, scrapbook items, and that's why I really enjoy this project, because I can kind of stick everything in here. And this page, I struggled because I had an idea of what I wanted to, I kind of had an idea of what I wanted to do, what I wanted to put on this page. And normally I don't have a process, but for this page, I wanted something special for this quote. So in this page, I'm really trying to color coordinate, and I really like the way it came out. So I'm kind of trying to color coordinate, and because I really wanted to use this Fresh Start, and that's also a digital that I created. You can get it in my shop. And so the quote is, "You will be lost and unlost over and over again. Relax, love. You were meant to be this epic, glorious story." And I feel like this quote goes so perfectly with going through the phases of, I guess, just creative burnout, not feeling your creativity. And this quote, it just means, I don't know, if you give yourself permission to go through every season and just understand it is part of the creative process. So if you don't like what you're creating at the moment, just enjoy it and embrace the process. And I found that this little Fresh Start digital, I don't know, it just went so perfectly because I am coming out of one of those seasons. So I feel like this is just a fresh start. I'm reinventing my business, my channel, just my whole creativity as a whole. So it's like this, I'm just letting this story unfold. In my last video, I explained why I stopped planning, but basically I lost my creative inspiration, and then I just felt like I didn't fit in with the planner trends. I don't know, my style is kind of different from the usual trends. Even my style of junk journaling is kind of different. Like, I know a lot of junk journalers, they put in memorabilia, receipts, things that they've collected, and I may get to that part eventually. I'm not sure, but I like my process, and I don't want to add just anything extra other than a picture here and there. But I say that to say, sometimes we look at other creatives and we want to fit in with trends, or we start comparing ourselves to other people. And I have been very guilty of that in the past. And I don't know, I think as creatives, we just need to learn to embrace our own form of creativity, however it looks, however it flows. And I also know that issue, I think, with YouTube, because you kind of have to say what type of video you're doing or what category it fits into. So I understand that pressure, but I just want to say, give yourself permission. It doesn't have to look like other crafters. It doesn't have to feel like other crafters. It doesn't even have to follow any process, any theme. And that's kind of what this last page is about. I didn't have a quote, and I just wanted to make a little collage, throw a bunch of things together that don't really match. So I have a flower, a pear, and this cute little squirrel, and I'm adding a word sticker. This word sticker says, "Everything has beauty, even the things that don't really have a point, they don't fit a trend, they don't really fit the status quo, it still has beauty." So if you find yourself outside of the norm, outside of the trends, just embrace it and let it unfold, let it evolve, and just be your creative self. So I hope this video has inspired you to do whatever craft project you're doing, whether it's journals, planning, whatever. I hope you got some inspiration. So here is my completed little pages from my junk journal session, and stay tuned for a few more sessions, because I can get a few more pages in this little journal. So as always, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. See you in the next video.